gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back. We're here for the DotaPit Season 5 CIS region. It's going to be absolutely lovely. Team Empire facing off against Na'Vi, and I hope that you guys have had a wonderful one. I'm Lyrical, going to be joined as well by Tsunami. Sir, how you doing? Oh, goodness gracious. I thought that we had it. No, it's all gone downhill. Are you there, Tsunami? Hello? Oh, Lordy. Hello, hello. I hear you now. We got you.
Do you? What? You hear me?
We got you. We got Dota going. We got you in the draft. It's all good. It's wonderful.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great now. It was a little touch and go there for a second, but I'm fine now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of audio editing on the fly. We'll make sure that everything is absolutely wonderful. We're coming in hot on this one. Are expecting to have some other people casting it, but me and Tsunami are going to be taking over. It's Na'Vi versus Empire, though. It's like, I don't know, the CIS El Clasico? Is that fair enough to say?
There are so many El Clasicos. I would say that it's definitely two of the most well-known teams. The rosters have been going through, you know, multiple shifts, but Na'Vi has stood strong. Empire, on the other hand, they've had their fair share of new blood coming in and going.
No, absolutely. It's been a pretty wild ride. And, you know, G, he's still there with Empire. We got King Arm, Aposhka, Aloha Dance, Ghost Stick. I think that Ghost Stick might be one of the guys that I'm less familiar with, just by virtue of, like, he never really stands out to me, but I always feel like he's around. And then Na'Vi famously still sticking with their same roster that we've had for a while now. Do you feel like one team is coming into this with a little bit of a more experience under their belt, or a better chance at, you know, making it out of this with a win?
I think both teams are pretty equally hungry. This is all, I guess, proving grounds for these Boston major qualifiers that will be coming up. And I know Team Empire was just now in an open qualifier match, I believe. So this is both of them are fighting for glory right now.
Yeah, and you want to go into something like specifically for Empire, the open qualifiers for sure, but the regional qualifiers as well, with some momentum under your belt. You know, if you're Na'Vi and you can't beat out a team that had to go through the open qualifiers, it's looking pretty bad for you. And I do believe that Empire, I'll double check how they did in that one. I think that they won, though. They're into the round of 16, so we're able to beat out Elements Pro Gaming to move on. So a little bit of a win under their belt. We see the Slardar Kunkka picked up, as well as the Io Sven. Interesting. What do you think about Io nowadays? Is he still just the be-all, end-all, and Sven is the hero to pair with him?
He fell off of first ban status, at least for a majority of this patch, and he's been slipping through and pretty much unbanned, unpicked, unless if teams are just especially wary of maybe they're not familiar with having to deal with the hero and things like that. Na'Vi, I'm sure, have seen their fair share of IO strats, and I don't really know if Empire is famed for running them. IO Sven is definitely an amazing combo, and Sven is a very, very sleeper strong hero in this patch, and so I haven't seen an IO strat in a while, so I'm hoping that Team Empire knows what they're doing here.
Yeah, I would agree so. It's interesting because Now you do go back for the Batrider, so you have
Legion
Batrider,
Commander.
Kunkka, two heroes that are great at catching out somebody that's moving around the map. But more importantly, now we've got Legion Commander picked up. Haven't seen this guy around in a cool minute. Pretty interesting little pickup there.
Yeah, usually whenever I see LC, she's usually picked as a pocket last pick,
10
maybe
seconds
some
remaining.
anti-push strategies. Maybe you're able to get away with a greedy jungler.
5
I usually
seconds
don't see
remaining.
LC picked up this early, but this is the flexibility that an IO provides you.
Winter
It doesn't need to be
Wyvern.
constantly paired up with the Sven. You can
Dire
partner up with the
team
LC as well, and they're both very, very strong, I guess, compatriots for this Wisp.
Absolutely. Well, and we see the Winter Wyvern now, another great answer to the Wisp himself. I mean, this is a hero that
Skywrath
instantly
Mage.
turns that, great ganking
Navi's
potential in on its
turn
head.
to
You
bat.
Winter's Curse the IO, you're gunzo. Either Sven or Legion Commander around him. It's just going to cause a ton of problems, but we do see the Skywrath Mage getting picked up for Team Empire. So, traditionally, this guy, great laning support, but we've also seen him run mid a
10
lot
seconds
and just
remaining.
bully out the mid player. Do you think that's something that they might opt to do, is try and
5
take
seconds
Dendi out of his
remaining.
comfort zone a little bit?
I'm feeling that this Skywrath is picked to just do a
Reserve
little bit
time.
more security on duels, much as how you see Skywrath picked with a Void for the Chronosphere synergy. Same thing can be said for Legion Commander in the duel. As long as an enemy is staying still for more than like 3 seconds, this Mystic Flare does an insane amount of damage. So it's tough to say if you'll see this mid. I wouldn't actually be surprised if Team Empire does a dual mid with IO.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, definitely. Sorry, what I meant to say with that was that, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. I'm with you. You're on top
Did
of
I
it.
misinterpret something?
No, I'm trying to, like, I'm okay. A little full disclosure. I'm down in LA right now. I'm not in my usual setup. Everything is all fancy over here. I got this cough button, so when suddenly my voice cuts out, so that way nobody can hear if I cough. And I'm overwhelmed by all the awesomeness for
Technology?
this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait,
Dire team
wait, so a cough button, does it literally say cough on it?
It literally says cough on
Oh
it.
my
There's
God.
mic on, there's cough, and there's talk back.
This is
so-
why BTS is the cutting edge of casting.
Absolutely. But anyways, the point is that I was trying to
10 seconds
do one
remaining.
simple thing that I'm used to doing, and it ended up not working out for me. So
5 seconds
I was a
remaining.
little bit caught off guard. But anyways, it's going to be fine, ladies and gentlemen. Dota 2 is going to be great. Marana last
Reserve
banned.
time.
So still those mid heroes potentially on long. We have seen Legion mid. I don't know. Is there anybody you're worried about that maybe a team is lacking something in their draft here? Oh God, there it is.
Wow, okay, so there are
Navi's
three
turn to pick.
three famous partners for this IO in this game. My concern, if anything, is that this IO may be spread a little bit too thin. The change, I mean, I guess the insurance is that any one of these cores manage to
10
get farm,
seconds
then you're
remaining.
gonna make it to the late game just fine. Because right now Navi has nothing in terms of
5
late game.
seconds
The last
remaining.
ban from Empire was an Ursa, and instead Navi's gonna go for a Huskar.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful stuff indeed. Well, I am excited, very, very excited indeed to see how this game ends up working out. We got a lot of heavy hitters here, a bunch of strength heroes. There are 7 strength heroes in the game. We don't want Agi. This feels like some good old CIS Dota to me.
This almost feels like an open qualifier draft to an extent. I do hope that Empire knows that this is DotaPit, not Boston Major here, because I don't really know if you can get away with 4 strength heroes like this. I mean, all of them scale relatively well, don't get me wrong, and I do love IO when paired up with strength heroes as opposed to agility heroes, because the main goal is for the hero that
10
IO is
seconds
linked to
remaining.
be able to stay alive long enough to make overcharge worth it, and
5
Agi heroes sometimes
seconds
get blown up
remaining.
way too quickly. Like, I've seen Drow Ranger paired up with IO, and it just doesn't pack the same punch that it does within a strength hero.
Absolutely, and that is a big concern. You want to make sure that you have survivability on this. You know what? This is that weird bug again. We're going to have to actually go back to the standings for just a second, because that camera movement was not actually mine that all you fine folks were seeing. It was the Russian observers. This is a weird bug that occasionally happens if you are spectating in-game, like through Dota TV, and then you join immediately a new lobby afterwards. It will give you the vision of the other people in the lobby instead of your own. So we're hopping right back into it. Hopefully we haven't missed anything. That pause started off, was it still there?
No, we're still knee-deep in a pause, so don't worry.
All right. Wonderful. Well,
But in
and
the meantime,
oh,
I
we're
can
back in.
go through some rosters if you'd like.
Oh, you know what? That sounds lovely. Go right
Okay.
ahead.
From left to right on Navi, we've got Dendi on the Bat Rider, we've got Artstyle on the Kunkka, we've got Seneko on his famous Winter Wyvern, we've got Ditya Ra on the Huskar, and we've got General on the Slardar.
Oh, wonderful stuff. Squaring off against Aloha Dance, playing the Sven for Team Empire, and I've seen him play that hero so many freaking times. Ghostic is going to be on the Legion Commander. We've got Maposhka playing the IO. King R is your Skywrath Mage, and last but not least, the impeccable G playing the Tiny. And it looks like General is going to be over in this area, and I don't know if they're going to be able to get any type of ward action. Did he actually place one and got dewarded? It doesn't look like he did. Yeah, General is still stacking out over here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Okay, he places a sentry to block down this hard camp, and it doesn't seem like anyone on Empire is equipped to deal with it. Maposhka on the IO does have one sentry ward. We'll have to see how wisely he places it, because I'm pretty sure he's going to be heading mid with this Tiny, but it's difficult to say right now.
And I mean, who honestly doesn't love the off-lane Legion Commander, who I believe is going to be starting in the jungle, considering she has an Iron Talon. So that's great. That's just a wonderful thing in this world.
Offlane Legion Commander is surprisingly strong. The only thing is that against a Huskar, it might not be that great. And same thing with the Winter Wyvern support. Like we said, she is a strength hero, and Arctic Burn does scale off of max HP, so Wyvern is very, very good against strength heroes for that reason.
All right, well, we'll see how it does. We've got Dendi moving in towards that mid lane. A quick little thing to note is that traditionally for Na'Vi, General's been one of the ones playing the Bat Rider more often than not. And that was the first hero that I really saw him just go off on. But the early stun onto Dendi, they're already doing a decent chunk of damage. Torrent is not going to connect. Artstyle trying to bring down G, and they might just be able to. 3 stacks, 4 stacks, and first blood go into Artstyle. Nicely played.
They knew that they could deal with one hero mid. They could have taken the Bat Rider. They could probably deal with 2 heroes mid, Wyvern and Bat Rider, but 3, Kunkka, Wyvern, and Bat Rider, no. And IO with that overcharge is not going to be able to beat that.
Oh, that really hurts. Well, and there we go, the first blood. They are definitely causing some pain in these early stages. This does sort of come at the, well, it doesn't actually come at the detriment of anything, because Legion's in the jungle, so you're still able to get complete and total free farm on Ditya Ra. This is a great start for Na'Vi. Although it looks like G, they just want to keep fighting.
Yeah, they can keep up the aggression, but yeah, I'm really liking this Arctic Burn at level 1 from Wyvern. It makes such a big difference. 4 stacks on G, but Dendi has just hit level 2 because there were 3 heroes in his lane. Gets the Cold Embrace off with their 5 stacks.
Oh, G, he wants to get aggressive, but he's not going to find it. He gets the toss, it does nothing. And now Maposhka might drop as well. G got very, very aggressive there and maybe gonna find, not quite, 43 HP. Dendi forced to back off. And Maposhka threatening, just going after him. They actually rotate in, find the kill. Ghostic, overwhelming odds, takes down that mid lane Bat Rider.
Okay, that's a little bit of retribution, but yo, shout out to level 2 Flame Break. I don't think I've ever seen the skill build out of the Bat Rider mid or otherwise. Level 1 Napalm, level 2 Flame Break. Who cares if it doesn't stop TPs? You got 1 more extra second of damage on it. That's all you need in the mid lane.
That is really interesting because you can cast it obviously really great range. So you're going to get the bonus damage in from Sticky Napalm, 10 extra damage per level, and it's pretty good. As far as a way to push out creep waves, but also like that. How much? It's a, I guess what, 33% increase in damage with 1 extra second onto it.
Yeah, assuming you need all 7 seconds. That time it didn't really come into play because Dendi wiped out the Tiny so fast, but right. It's an issue because, especially for an IO combination, because the bounce back is still present, and Dendi is kind of slow. He gets stunned up, gets slowed by the tether, overcharges used, Snake's here.
Oh my god, they're going after Maposhka, and they did find him. There's going to be the purge off with the, well, the chase forward. They might be able to find him, although Artstyle has also shown up. Now X marks the spot. Torrent, they're not stopping. 4 stacks. Oh, Ghostic, he's going to drop. Dendi's still alive. Cold Embrace is going to keep him there. Maposhka, he might be able to keep G alive as well. King R is rotated in towards mid. Everybody wants to party, but they are not going to be able to find any more kills. A lot of damage dealt in this mid lane.
At a certain point as Empire, you kind of need to think about, like, is it worth continuing this much aggression on the mid lane? Like, it's 3-1, and they're rotating in everyone. Granted, Sven is getting free farm up top against General Slardar.
Oh my god,
but...
Ghost Stick? Oh god. They're threatening everywhere. I mean, you talk about it, yeah, it's the Sven getting there, but now they've also moved Ghost Stick, the Legion commander, into lane. Can she stay against the Huskar here?
Now that she's hit level 5, it's a lot easier. This Huskar is also level 5, but it's a much more even matchup with this overwhelming odds. But if one support rotates down bot to help out Huskar, it's going to be difficult.
Oh, General looking. He wants King R real bad. The chase. He does have the kill eventually. Crush also to create that separation. They pop the stun from the Sven. I don't know if he's going to kill General. They get the stun, and now he's going to be able to run out of there. 9 HP. I think he's good. They don't have another stun. Oh, General, you're sticking around. TP away. Does he find him? Aloha dance. Oh, all you had to do was run. Oh, he bought his Tranquils, though.
He could have run, but it's... I guess he didn't know how much mana Sven had left.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that his dire creep wave was just passing that escape route, but it's okay. He got the kill on Skyra.
Oh, mid lane again. G does not find the toss back. Like, you find that toss back, you get a kill, and instead you miss it. You might just end up dying. G is going to die again in the mid lane. 0-3 start for Tiny with 12 last hits. This has been a complete and utter disaster.
This is what I'm saying. It's like, it's questionable how much of a priority Empire are putting on this rotation in on the side of mid lane, though.
Yeah, they're going to get the X back onto Miposhka. They've got Ghost Stick in the area. He actually does have enough mana for the duel. Tries to bring down the bat and is going to be able to get the duel victory. But this is just mayhem. This is CIS Dota at its finest.
Casual 6 people mid, yeah, that's the right. Now another stun onto the Kunkka. Level 4 only, he's silenced up, no torrent, he's gonna get killed.
Just under tower again. He throws out the torrent, but they don't care. What the hell? They are not stopping. 4 heroes for mid has been the status quo for Empire, and they apparently are trying to just really shut down Denny. This is coming at the cost of Ditya getting whatever he wants. 45 last hits. Take a look at the net worth. He's still a little behind that Sven, but it's been a good one for him.
The only thing is that I was kind of skeptical of a last pick Huskar because I can see Huskar getting heavily kited this game because he doesn't have someone like an IO speeding him up.
Oh my god, they tossed in the Legion commander, now dueling Dendi. Can they find the kill? Cold Embrace? They're not going to get him. They bring in Ditya Ra. He might just jump and kill everybody. Did have level 6, but did not have life break skilled at that point. So you can see the theory. Like, it's cool in the idea, but execution a little bit lacking for Empire there.
And the G might want to be going in again. I mean, I see a very obvious synergy with Legion Commander and IO. The thing is that you don't really want to have to blow press the attack just for the heal on an IO, because the attack speed is so useful on Tiny and Sven, and of course LC herself. Going in on top on General. 2 Skyrad nukes? No, not enough.
They're not going to be able to find it. They did rotate 2 other heroes up here top, so a Cold Embrace, and it looks like Ditya Ra wants to try and get involved. They can jump now onto Aloha Dance. They do have 4 points in Burning Spears. This might be enough. A good stun thrown out, but Aloha Dance still taking a lot of damage and might just drop to it. In the mid lane, Tiny was able to take down the Bat Rider, so multiple ganks across the map. I like that they leave the Kunkka down bottom to get some levels, though. He's almost level 6 at 7 minutes in. This is pretty good for the position 4.
Yeah, because as I was saying, I am afraid of Huskar getting kited, but if you have something like a high level in X, keeping enemies in check, then things will be just fine. And Ditya Ra actually level 7, still no points in life break yet. Actually went for maxing out Burning Spears first.
That's good. I mean, it's a lot of damage. We saw, I don't think you find that kill against the Sven if you don't max it out. And also, I love the Aloha Dance build, going back for the armlet. He's going to be a real force to be reckoned with. I guess the question, though, is, like, is he going to be able to stay on top of these heroes? And I don't know. It's a tough one to say. How are you feeling both teams feel about this early game? Is there a team that's more happy with how it's gone so far?
Before Empire got those 2 kills on Bat Rider mid, I would have said that Na'Vi was doing just fine. But Bat Rider is getting heavily hampered because they're going to have to on Na'Vi, they're rotating in other lanes to get kills, like on this Sven. And so Dendi's feeling a lot less protected, and there are no stacks in the jungle. There's one double stack on the hard camp, but that's it. And so there's no real insurance plan to help Dendi get to maybe a Veil given these two Null Talismans, but I am surprised he's not going for a drum first.
Yeah. I mean, when you can get it this early, it's pretty great. He went straight up Brown Boots with it. It's kind of a bit of a tough one. Vincere might move into here, and if they happen to spot out the Legion commander, they could go for this.
TP on bot lane, silence used, Hunka defensive bow, but Aloha is gonna get this kill because so many TPs gets the crush and General might get out.
Oh man, the toss forward, they want to chase this. Tiny making good use of his kit, but now Aloha Dance, they turn against the IO. Oh, that's your friend, Sven, don't do it. They do get the stun onto the Slardar, but the flame break back is a lot of damage being dealt against this Huskar. He gets the armlet toggle off though. He will survive through the first round, and it is going to be some more dual damage for the Legion. It might come at a cost though, as they do find that kill. So 3 dead in the bottom lane for Empire. They got aggressive, but man, oh man, did Na'Vi punish.
They did, and like you said, one dual victory, and those will start adding up. But man, I'm seeing a lot of Na'Vi's draft come together here. The winner's curse against the IO being used, and Wyvern just in general being able to stall out, because these max spears, these points in flame break, Na'Vi wants long fights. They don't want these bursty fights, and especially with Kunkka Rum to help keep your allies alive. If Na'Vi can stall out a fight for maybe just like 10 more seconds than what Empire is willing to commit, they take so much extra damage, and now I see why Bad Rider is going to go for this Veil first item.
I was about to comment on that. Pretty interesting. We have seen, you know, obviously a move away somewhat from the drums on the Bat Rider, going back more towards the Blink Dagger first. But this is sort of another way to play that style where you build up that DOT and, well, the Flame Break catches onto G. Still not a ton of damage being dealt. They're trying to get the chase. All 4 of the Na'Vi heroes moving back into this direction, and they do find the X. He might be going down now, and yeah, just far too much damage. What a draft. They're going to keep going. Push back. Leposhka's going to die. Bat Rider finds the kill, and they are just not stopping.
I do like how Io was linked to an illusion of himself. Right. But there's no mind game potential to be had when there's 4 stacks. And now General might be in a bit too deep. Gets duel, gets Flare.
Nicely played. They find that kill. Easy peasy for the side of Empire, and that's the combination. Like, they have it online now. They need to keep doing that, and Legion Commander has a good amount of damage for this point in the game. Down bottom, it looks like, I thought Aloha Dance was going to get gone on, but it's just Seneko trying to push out the creep wave. And with a couple other heroes in the area, it might be in trouble. They get to Winter's Curse. I don't think it's going to be enough to kill off the Sven, but might be enough to stop them from the pressure going in. As Leposhka runs into Vincere. Well, a little bit questionable. They kill the IO, still stunned. Cold Embrace not going down. Vincere survives.
There's so much like counter initiate on Na'Vi's side, and it's really, it may seem like it's just Wyvern, but the fact that they have all these DOTs that are like, yo, get off of me. Otherwise, if you stick around for a little bit longer, you are going to die. And that's what's making them feel so confident in going in for a Roche at 12 minutes like this. There's really no way that Empire can feel confident entering into the pit. They have no Blink Daggers. All they have are Io's only level 5 right now, doesn't even have Relocate. You're going in for a smoke to challenge it.
Now they want to take this. They are going to throw out the boat, giving everybody that extra buff, and, well, it looks like Empire still want to chase. I don't know if they're going to be able to catch up to this. They do get eyes on the Slardar. He crutches and trying to get out of their slowed concussive shot, and there's the kill. Sven does find it, but, well, that was God's strength used. If they could find more here, they'd be really happy with it, and the Torrent connects onto 2. They get the dual damage off. That's Dendi now. And they might have to call it off at this point. I think that Na'Vi are all going to... Oh, they have TPs? They don't have TPs on the art style. They're good.
Yeah, Vincere, it still has the Aegis. Na'Vi felt a bit more confident that they should have. They got an X on G.
Well, they have Aegis on Huskar. They're going to try and man up against this, and the Aegis now down. I think Empire can just back out unless Kunkka can get into range 4 and X isn't going to find it. So a bit of a strange move there by Na'Vi.
Yeah, they assumed they were stronger than they were just because they completed that Aegis, but that's really, it's all dependent on the Wyvern. Now Ghostic, Dendi has Lasso, he's holding on to it, waits to press the attack, and then Lasso's immediate. Veil is used, Torrent gonna connect, General gonna get the kill probably.
Perfectly stacked stuns by virtue of that bar, and now be able to take the kill. Yeah, so 700 gold swing into their favor. It's just been, you know, bloodbath back and forth between these two teams, but it does feel like Empire has evened out the score a little bit. In spite of that Roche going their way, those couple of pickoffs, it's working for them.
It is, and all their heroes are getting farmed. This Sven has completed his armlet. Tiny is the poorest core, and given how his mid lane went, that's not too surprising, but he'll be able to keep up just fine because an IO can just follow him around and help speed up his farm.
Well, we'll see how this goes. At least for now, the movement out. It is kind of interesting because originally Slardar was the one who was laning, but Kunkka has ended up getting more gold art style, being that somewhat more greedy position 4. And now Aloha Dance, they get the X. Torrent to follow it up, and Boda's also going to get dropped down, crush everything. Do they find the kill? He's not actually going to go down as of yet, so with the TP in, they're forced to not go for the
X.
Did they get him?
TP? No, he's gonna come back.
Stun, silence, they actually turn it around. Might end up losing the Kunkka, and well, the flavoring forward, they're trying to kick down King R. They do get that kill. Aloha Dance, nobody else to help him. He is finally going to drop, I believe. Yeah, he does fall down.
Managed to toggle between a Flame Break and Burning Spears, but that will only get you so far. Looks like they're going to trade tier 1s, but G might be careful. Gets Winter's Curse, and he's going to get killed by Ghostic immediately. Lasso is used. LC might be in trouble here.
Yeah, they've got the nice little combo. Good relocate out, though. Able to save that Legion. So, well played there. What saved what could have been a completely disastrous situation. And the score is 18-10, and about to be, I believe, 19-10. Miposhka trying to escape. Gonna go for the TP out. Do they break it? They don't have anything, but they do find the kill. Wyvern gets it with that final little splinter blast.
It was well played by IO to get that LC out because she, I believe, has... I don't know if she has a spree on her yet. She may have died, but LC's doing amazing, man. I wouldn't be surprised if she's going to be the main partner, especially when they find Vincere right here.
Oh, nicely played. That's a quick and easy one, and that is a huge kill. 450 roughly gold going back into the pocket of Ghostic, and with Blink Dagger already up and online, as well as 58 dual damage, yeah, this is going great. She loves these type of games.
Yeah, I kind of am questioning the idea to go armlet on Huskar because Legion Commander is basically going to be dueling Huskar all the time. She didn't go for a Blade Mail, but she might do so in a little bit. But the fact that Huskar can't armlet toggle while in duel cuts his survivability massively. And, I mean, Winter Wyvern is great at, you know, countering Legion Commander duels, but only if Seneco's in the vicinity. And like you said, now that LC has her Blink Dagger completed, it's going to be a lot trickier for Wyvern to be in the right position.
Well, we'll have to see if that is going to be something that does become more and more of a problem. It looks like they're grouped up and maybe going to go for some type of a smoke play. Only need a little bit more gold for Wyvern to pick it up. It's actually just going to be a TP. Are they not? I thought they were going to go out and do it. There it is. Huskar now going back for the Heaven's Halberd. Obviously great against Sven. Pretty freaking good against Legion too. And I don't know if she's going to be picking up a BKB anytime soon. But it looks like they're trying to bait out the Sven in this bottom lane. We'll see if Na'Vi do indeed take that bait. Oh god. Walking down the low ground, break the smoke, realize what's happening. They might be in trouble. Then he's going to jump forward, spots them out, stun connects now onto the Skywrath. It's a good hero to take out at the very start if they're capable of finding it in. It does look like he's going to go down now. X marks the spot, catches onto G. He's also in some trouble. Going to pull him back for the Torrent. Misses because of the toss, but G is still going to go down now. They do get the lasso onto Miposhka. He's dead, and yeah, that was a little bit of a misplay by Empire. Just getting caught out by the full lineup.
Amazing play by Dende. As soon as his smoke break, he did a conservative blink within Firefly to get vision. And he didn't know what he would be blinking into because all he knew was that his smoke broke. Slardar jumped in, and Dende held onto the lasso and ended up canceling the relocate on Io. Otherwise, Tiny would have been able to get out, but thankfully Dende was there to interrupt the relocate, and they get 3 kills out of it.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And that's, I mean, it's not as easy to do anymore because you don't have a flame break. So making sure that you find it is definitely important in these instances. As it looks like we might have another battle brewing. They jump forward, tried to get the dual damage. Ghost Stick might have bitten off more than they can chew. They jumped onto the Bat Rider illusion, and it looks like BKB popped just in time for Aloha Dance. Is it going to bring down Ghost Stick, that Legion commander? Snako trying to glimmer cape away, still has eyes on him. They need to be careful though, because Vincere wants to go back in, and Artstyle going to catch the Torrent Boat combo onto the Legion. She's gone. Vincere still alive. The rest of Na'Vi is there as well. Can they find the kill? Pulling him back in. Not going to be able to get it. General, a really nice stun, and now Vincere can go to work. Aloha Dance is going to find the kill. Maybe they turn this back around. Kunkka, Cold Embrace, the fight that never ends. Legion commanders stunned up and now should be brought down. Was that a dieback for her, or did she get saved at the last second? 5 dead either way. Empire, oh man, that hurts. She did buy back. That's a dieback.
That is a dieback. It's a dieback indeed, and that's like a, what, 4K gold shift in favor of Na'Vi? My god. Snako is a virtuoso on Winter Wyvern, and I love seeing him play this hero. You don't see Wyvern very more, but against Na'Vi very much these days, but against Na'Vi you almost have to respect ban it, and especially with the comp that Empire has gone for. Cold Embrace does so much. Glimmer Cape, none of these heroes on Empire want to have to carry detection. They all just want to go in and burst someone down. Snako is doing an amazing job of keeping all of his teammates alive, and that's what's really making the difference with Na'Vi right now.
And they are really doing a great job. And it's, well, I don't know, it also feels like they have the heroes with which to do that. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just, Winter Wyvern feels like there's so much utility inherent with this hero, not to mention having that Glimmer Cape and having enough farm for it. Kunkka, same style, though. Artstyle has now gone back for a Chrysalis, so has some damage underneath him. And then you take a look at like what the Skyreth Mage does. You have basically DPS and a couple of little things here or there, but it just feels like the Na'Vi heroes counter what Empire is trying to accomplish. Like single target burst, single target heals. If Wyvern gets those off, like you're not going to be able to kill anybody. It's rough.
Yeah, but this is all dependent on this Tiny continuing to be shut down. He's completed a Blink Dagger now. I guess he can wait on the Ag because Sven and Legion Commander are doing enough damage right now. Tiny will be a more relevant force in the late game, assuming that Empire can reach that point. And if they do, then I mean, obviously Wyvern's great at protecting one hero, but protecting multiple heroes is going to be a bit more difficult.
Yeah, definitely, and that's feels to me like the turning point with Tiny just now able to pick up his Blink Dagger. We'll see if they can get that full combination off to find a kill. General, maybe going to get scouted out here. Do they find the jump? They don't quite get him in time, and now with the rest of the heroes TPing in, they might not be in a little bit of a scary spot themselves. The rest of Empire's there. A little bit of a miscommunication. Aloha Dance says he wants to fight. The boat's going to go in. G, Avatos combo onto Vincere. BKB's been popped for Aloha Dance, but they get the Cold Embrace, and now being able to catch out on the back lines. King R, no, not going to go down, but look at him turn against the Legion. Oh, she's going down. Do they find the kill? Relocate out last second, but that means Sven's been left alone. Still can turn and do a lot of damage. G able to take down one. Snako probably going to fall as well. And it looks like at the end of all of this, we're going to end up with
Snako about to get tossed and killed.
Nicely played. So they do end up taking down several from Na'Vi, and I guess the Aloha Dance was right about going back in.
It was a bit of a misplay by the Huskar, I feel. So whenever a target is Winter's Cursed, you can't deal damage to them, sure, but you can still apply buffs and debuffs to them. One common usage is Ursa, I believe, can apply additional Fury swipes on a cursed target, and even though they're not taking damage, the swipes will increase. And in this situation, Huskar could have put more spears onto LC, because she ended up being relocated back to base with not very much HP, and spear damage may have out DPS'd the heal. But I guess Vincere didn't really want to have to lose HP with that Burning Spears. Right. He also got out of the fight with very little HP, and I mean, he really needs to complete whatever he's planning on making the Sage. It's possibly the Halberd. I think Sage and Yasha would be okay as well, because move speed is very important.
Yeah, I think the Halberd feels to me like it'd be a great item to pick up, like, because Sven's BKB charges are already down to 8 seconds as this game goes on, and he does get it finished off. Like, you are just going to hugely impact that damage output potential from him, and looks like now they want to go in for Roshan, and this should be I imagine fairly easy for them to get. This wasn't scouted out as far as I can see. They probably did actually spot it. Now, yeah, they have the wards right here, so looks like Empire will come to contest, but it might be a bit too late.
Scan is used, doesn't find anyone though. Now it triggers on General. G's
Oh,
just gonna blink in.
Ditcharaz there. Roche ends up going down by the Radiant. Who picks it up? Boat Winners Curson as well. They're turning now. Can they find a kill? Nobody's died as of yet, and it looks like Winter Wyvern is the one that ends up picking up the Aegis. Ditcharaz stuck on the high ground, but up there on the top is G now as well. Turned against him. Can they find the kill? Disarm. He gets tossed away to the low ground, so Aloha Dance can kill him. 3 are dead from Empire. It looks like Navi might be able to do it as Aloha Dance is just far too slow. General jumps up, takes down G. Now Armlet toggles. Artstyle's gonna die, but so too does Aloha Dance. 5 dead from Empire again. And man, this is just a brutal game.
Okay, so who ended up getting the Aegis out of all of that?
It was Wyvern and ended up losing it after the fact.
Okay. Well, I mean, still a very handsome victory for Navi. Obviously a full team wipe, and I think that they got the Roche kill. I don't think it was a snatch as well, so income going in the hands of Navi as well, but that was a massive brawl. Very confident by G to go in, but Huskar is getting surprisingly more survivable. Initially, these Skywrath combos were enough to kill Huskar even through the Berserker's blood, but with Glimmer Cape and Cold Embrace on top of that, it's becoming a lot more difficult, and Rum as well.
Yeah, this is, and it's also starting to feel like
they see General in this sentry ward, but there he's trying to blink out. Sorry, continue.
Well, I was just saying that it's feeling like the game as it goes on is very much Navi just able to do whatever they want almost. Like they still have to be worried about Sven obviously, and he is gonna have an MKB now, so that deals with that evasion from Ditchera. Maybe that's the point where they're really going to be able to fight, but it looks like they want to get aggressive beforehand. This might be a mistake. They do spot out the General. Slardar able to jump forward. Immediate silence. Oh, nicely played there by King R, keeping himself alive against Dendi, the Batrider. And they are going to back out for the moment. It really feels like you got to wait for that MKB. I don't know.
Ditchera reaching raid boss status on this Huskar is going to be very important, and so I like that Navi is itemizing themselves to keep this Huskar alive, because he's really their only insurance. Slardar opted for a Shadow Blade after his blink. It's possible that he's going in for a Silver Edge, maybe to break Craggy, maybe to just reduce the damage from this God Strength Sven, but he's not really a primary DPS dealer. He's not going to be bashing people silly. He's more utility this game, so it's all on Huskar to deal the damage.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that we also have Kunkka's going to start to be able to, like, because the build that we saw for a while was Kunkka's going Armlet, Blink, Bloodthorn, and I almost wonder if they're going to be going back for that in lieu of Blink to get it online earlier. It might be a bit of too weird of a build, but by the same token, like, more utility out of Kunkka, why not?
Oh, and he might find Ghost Stick here.
Oh,
he's getting baited by an illusion?
Ghost Stick? Oh man, he's in trouble. Alright, there's the Tauren, and now they got everything against him. He was very far out there. They actually pushed him into the boat there. I wasn't sure if it was going to hit.
Very clean. Oh, but the Husk... Oh, never mind. Yeah, so Kunkka did go a damage build, but I saw him going up man-to-man against that Sven.
Right.
And he can't really do very much against that armor. Even though Slardar does have the damage amp, there's so much Warcry armor on Sven. He actually maxed it over the Stormhammer stun. So it's difficult for this Kunkka to find any real source to like get a massive cleave off Tidebringer off of.
Yeah, that's true. That is definitely something that's going to need to be a concern, is like how exactly you take these fights. And there's magical damage, other things like that. Winter Wyvern ulti can definitely be important, but they have been able to find the Sven. Well, there's the X pullback. They get the relocate out. Oh, if they would have timed that a little bit later, they could have relocated or X'd him out of the relocate from back home. But as it stands, they need to be careful about this. They jump forward, crush a little bit too early.
Oh no. General might die.
Well, he is going to be pushed back. They don't find it. Winter's Curse onto G. Oh, this is a little bit of a messy team fight. They do get the duel off and might be enough to bring down that Kunkka. He has get it off the boat though, and now Armlet Toggle, they're going to be able to keep that Huskar alive for the moment. He is very tanky and Force Staffed away, still alive. They turn back around and now they bring down one, bring down two. Tiny has to buy back into this fight, and now with no buyback on Sven, 900 gold away. This is at least a tier 3 tower. That was such a messy team fight.
The only reason Navi was able to win that team fight was because of their network lead. They started out very clumsily. Slardar opted, he thought he had the hard read on Io's relocate, went for the crush, ended up going in the way of Kunkka's X, so General got X'd, and then Navi was panicking. They were all running away as fast as they could, but since they had such a net worth advantage, even though a lot of their spells for initiation were compromised, they were still able to get a kill, and now General might be going in, bit off some more than chew.
Yeah, this is rough. Well, Ditya Ra, they are still going to be able to take it. You said it, like messy initiations from Navi, but it doesn't matter. Like they're far enough ahead at this point. They can take whatever the hell fight they want. Yeah, but I would agree with you. That was a concerning state of affairs. Sven's still dead for 15 seconds, and now it looks like Navi are going to be able to take a second lane, and they jump forward, are going to drop off the Blade Mail, the Winter's Curse to try and turn it around. Huskar might be able to find the kill onto Ghost Stick. He's still silenced, but that is going to be able to bring down that Legion Commander. They also take down the Skywrath Mage. Buyback from him, but to what end? This is messy.
Yeah, Dishira has now approached raid boss status. Sven's the only one who can go up against him, and he might be able to, but Cold Embrace immediately says, no, you're not going to do any more damage to him. We're stopping this right now.
Yeah, and Aloha Dance has his BKB available, wants to save it as long as possible, but now isn't going to be able to hit anybody. Oh, that's so frustrating, and now Dendi on the low ground. He's going to be able to walk away with nothing. 50 HP, they turn onto Aloha Dance. He's going down, and GG gets called. Navi just dismantle Empire, and a barn burner and a half. What is that? That's 64 kills in 30 minutes? All right.
Yeah, multiple barns were burnt that game, I can assure that. I don't really know when Wyvern was picked in the draft. I wish I could remember, but if you want to pull a similar draft next time, Empire, you need to respect Ban the Wyvern, because that made all the difference this game for sure. From the laning phase to the mid game to the late game, Seneca was a monster.
Yeah, well, and we can talk about it. It's completely true that the lineup from Empire, eventually you get into this position where you can blow up anybody, and you can do it with multiple different heroes. So it doesn't matter that Wyvern can save, but each of these heroes need to be able to snowball, and that's exactly what you're talking about, that Soneko on his Wyvern just completely mitigates that possibility. So we'll see what ends up happening. Game number 2. Again, this is DotaPit. We're taking a look at the CIS qualifiers, and we'll be back in just a little while with game number 2, Lyrical Dota as well as Tsunami. Any final thoughts, things that you might want to see differently besides the Seneko ban? Anything that you think Empire could look to themselves to try and change it around?
They can't go for greedy drafts like this. Like I said, it felt like an open qualifier draft. They're going to need to do something a little bit more well-rounded than a 3 strength core lineup with an IO.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with more from DotaPit.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans.
Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match.
Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.